And if you think The Amazing Spider-Man was cool and crazy, well, think again, because I saw The Dark Knight Rises. Oh yeah, that's right, The Dark Knight Rises. The third and the last one, which they say was going to be the last one, but it is actually the last one to the Dark Knight or Batman's origin story. So this Dark Knight Rises was actually cool, and also I heard about the big shootout in Colorado. That this guy was crazy. He like planned it all along, but I don't really want to talk about. I just want to do the movie review of the Dark Knight Rises. So this movie was pretty awesome. Actually, it was really awesome and epic. Um, there were like a few scenes that were kind of boring, and it was like showing less of Batman just a bit and more of Bruce Wayne. But but also from the last movie, The Dark Knight, it did show more of Batman and less Bruce Wayne just a bit. And in Batman Begins, of course, did show how the Bruce Wayne became Batman. So the third one, this is actually like going to like a circle, like a time capsule, just a bit, like going backwards just a bit. So basically, Batman Begins tells you about how he becomes Batman. The Dark Knight does show you much more of Batman when he fights off the Joker as well. Awesome. And the Dark Knight Rises does show new characters, which are the new villains Bane and Catwoman. Catwoman, I would say she's not a villain. She's just like an anti-hero. But mostly she's like just a thief. That's what she is. Like a combination between a hero and a thief, just a bit. So she's practically in the middle. Batman is a true hero. Bane is a true villain, and Catwoman in the middle. So therefore, she's just a thief. That's all she is. Just a regular common thief. And this actually tells you about that the hero does fall, but it's about he's going to rise. The reason why they call the Dark Knight Rises is because the hero has to rise, like rise up from the darkness. But I want to talk to you about the character like Bane. Like Bane, he's a cool character, and a perfect character played by Tom Hardy, which he had to gain like I think 90 pounds or something. Like bodybuilding, because Bane, he's big. He's like really big and buff, really huge and muscular. And also, he doesn't have like those tubes behind his back or in the back of his head wearing that mask. But this mask is actually kind of different. It's like a mask for him, just to breathe, because he has some sort of, I don't know. I think when he was like just a regular person and he was really damaged, and like I said, I am going to spoil it just a wee little bit, but Bane, you can understand him just a bit, but barely. I mean, there were a few dialogues and a few voices you could understand what he's saying, because all you hear was but you do hear him just a bit. It's just the way he yells. When he yells, you could barely hear what he's saying. You can understand what he is saying. But when he talks normal, like a normal voice, that's you could really understand him. Because the best line ever that I love him when he says, "I'm Gotham's reckoning." I love that. That was awesome. Even with that fight between Bane and Batman, that was epic too. And also in the comics, I hear that Bane does break Batman's back. I mean, in the comic books, he does. Like I said, if you didn't see The Dark Knight Rises, you should go see it, because I know I'm going to spoil it just a wee little bit. I did tell you this many times, but anyways, this movie was pretty epic. I mean, it got a little slow just a bit. I mean, there were a few scenes that were slow or kind of boring just a bit, but up to like the ending with the action between all the Gotham's prisoners and the Gotham policemen, including Batman, that was epic. It was like a war out of crisis. it was almost just like in Transformers Dark in the Moon in Chicago. There was a huge ass war between the humans and Autobots and Decepticons. That was epic. But in Dark Knight Rises, that was totally awesome. And there are a few stories that are like twisted and kind of confusing but understanding. And I also hear that this new guy, whoever, I think it was Jim Blake or something, aka Robin, that he might be either, like I said, I am gonna say it, but it's going to be you say it might be either the next Batman or actually Robin. This movie was so off the chart. I mean, there were a lot of great superhero movies, even from the Dark Knight Rises, and of course from the big shootout. And I heard like Christian Bale went to see all the people that they lost and died from that big shootout. It was tragic and also terrifying as well. So, because now a lot of people are afraid to go in the movie theaters. They're afraid to they might get shoot again, or they're afraid someone's gonna pull this stunt again like the other guy did. Because this guy is now this guy is popular now all of a sudden. This guy is so popular. Can't believe it. Pulling a stunt like that. Sheesh. Can't believe it. Damn these people. But yeah, this movie was awesome. This movie was awesome. This movie was crazy. Even so, the movie was a little slow, but then again, it brought in the Dark Knight, brought in the whole Batman origin story. So now we know who Batman is, how he became really Batman. So the origin of Batman story is now done. It's finally over, and now there's going to be a next chapter. That's what I'm hearing. They're definitely going to make a fourth Batman movie. It may not be called a Dark Knight something. It'll be something. Now we gotta talk about other heroes now and other villains like Robin and Robin or Nightwing or Batgirl, which is Barbara Gordon. I mean, there was a character, Barbara from The Dark Knight. She was a little girl, but we didn't really see her too much. We didn't even see her face. So I really liked this movie. I enjoyed it. I saw it twice. Just like what I did to The Amazing Spider-Man. I saw it twice, but I'm thinking of going to see it again. I don't know yet, but I am going to recommend to get this movie on Blu-ray or DVD combo pack once again. So, as I've talked about the movies of both of these superheroes and also rate them and spoil them. Sorry if any of you didn't see none of those movies yet. I'm sorry and I apologize, but I had to say it. I can't hold it that much longer. So now to rate these movies, for both of them, The Amazing Spider-Man and The Dark Knight Rises, I gave these two, I give them a 10. I give both of them a 10 out of 10. And as for the Amazing Spider-Man in 3D, I had to say I give it a 8 out of 10. You know, just 8 out of 10. I mean, there were some scenes that were in 3D and it was awesome and epic. Like you were part of the movie, like you were gonna fall, or flying, like you're swinging like Spider-Man, or fighting like the Lizard, or being captured like the Lizard. So I give it a 10 out of 10. I give it a 10 out of 10 for both of these movies, and the 3D of Amazing Spider-Man, 8 out of 10. So that's my movie for the double superhero movie review on The Amazing Spider-Man and The Dark Knight Rises, which they are in theaters now. And this is PMR Bones 88 signing off again, and saying is peace.